Today, we're going to be learning about genetic counseling. So, first of all, does anyone know what a genetic counselor is?
I think they assess your risk for certain genetic things, but they can't guarantee anything. It's just sort of like, here's the chances.
So, first of all, I would love for you all to stand up. Could we have the people with blue eyes on my left side here, and the people with brown eyes on my right side here? My dog also has brown eyes. Perfect. So, our blue-eyed people are our recessive traits. Our brown-eyed people are our dominant traits. So, these people, including myself, have the trait. It would be represented as a capital letter or a big B, and it is dominant over recessive. So one or more of our parents had brown eyes, and it ended up being the trait that was represented in our eyes. And one or more of your parents had blue or green eyes. Deoxyribonucleic acid essentially creates our genetic blueprint, and the information is stored inside of it with nucleotides. So nucleotides are pretty much the structural unit that makes up DNA. So if you have a chemical base and a phosphate molecule and a sugar molecule, you've got a nucleotide. And all of those lined up together create DNA, which creates genes, which creates chromosomes. Those are in the nucleus. The nucleus tells everything else what messages the chromosomes have. They go off, they build the protein, and things in your body are made, and then that is what creates us. So it all starts from a very, very, very simple little teeny message inside a nucleotide. And then the order of all of these letters in a line determines what kind of genetic information is going to be presented. So we all have different variations of all of these letters over and over and over again. And the fact that those letters are all in different orders are what make us different. So it told those proteins to go make something slightly different than it would in me, than it would in Sydney, than it would in my mom, than it would in Terry, than it would in everybody else. So any type of change that is different from what it should have been is a mutation, and it will affect the information presented, which will then affect your phenotype and how something works on the outside. So it could be that you now have a condition that wasn't there before, but now it is because there was a mutation. Some of the letters got switched around, some of the letters got removed, some of the letters got placed in that shouldn't be there. And this is where genetic counseling comes in when we need the mutations. This is where it all starts to happen. So, perfect. All right, so now that we have finished writing out all our boxes, I will talk about the probabilities. So, for example, in mine, here I have 2 dominant traits and 2 just recessive traits. So I have a 50-50 chance of getting a kid with brown eyes versus blue eyes. Genetic counselor is a healthcare professional with specialized training in medical genetics and counseling. So they combine an understanding of medical genetics and epidemiology, which is the study of disease, and they put those together with counseling skills. One of the most important things they do is they help people decide if they even want to know. So it's like, this may be a possibility. Do you even want to know if that is? Because it's scary and it's delicate, and people it affects your life and your quality of life and maybe your length of life. So some people just don't want to know. And pediatric, adult, perfect, and cancer. Number 3, DNA traits can be dominant or recessive. Drop the gun on that. So they use a variety of modern technology, and we're going to talk about the three main types. So the first is a karyotype. The second one, don't worry if it's a long name, is called a single nucleotide polymorphism. And the third and most specific, most zoomed in, if you will, is next generation sequencing. Karyotypes. So this is kind of a lot, so I will bring up an analogy. Pretend that we have a library of encyclopedias over here. If this entire thing was your genome, the whole thing of it, a karyotype, selecting a condition from there, would be like taking a single book or a single volume out of there, and this is your mutation that you have discovered. SNP would be taking out a single novel and opening to a single page, and a couple of pages are missing, a couple of pages are extra, so it's one step in. And then the last step would be a single novel, a single page, and a single typo. So it goes from entire library to a single novel, a couple of pages, and a typo. Okay, any more questions before we have our assessment? All right, any more questions? Are we all good? Well, my lesson is over.